he probably felt, and I'm only guessing, I'm not saying I'm sure about this, that he believed that what he said was covered because he was given immunity when he talked about the case with Katie and them back then.
Right.
And I think he felt that he had immunity, so whatever he said afterwards wouldn't hurt him.
My question about Keefe is that he's still in jail. He was granted bail, but he can't post bail. He can't afford, from what I understand.
No, he can't afford it. I think Keefe D's got a legal aid attorney, or maybe somebody might even pay for an attorney for him, get him a better attorney because of this case. But I think in his case, he went on Vlad TV and he started talking about what his involvement was and what he did.
Right.
And I think that was something that he probably felt, and I'm only guessing, I'm not saying I'm sure about this, that he believed that what he said was covered because he was given immunity when he talked about the case with Katie and them back then.
Right.
And I think he felt that he had immunity, so whatever he said afterwards wouldn't hurt him. However, it did hurt him because now the Las Vegas probably said, well, we're not the government. That's the government. You made that deal with them, not with us. And now we want to take you because we know you're responsible for that murder that occurred here. Right. And so they took Keefe D in. And, you know, Keefe D's a big dude. He's a well-respected guy in his community. So a lot of people know him.
Well, that's not what I heard as far as his neighborhood and some of his family after they heard of him snitching on Orlando. So some people didn't want nothing to do with him.
Well, that probably happened too. But, you know, the streets sometimes, you know, Keefe D did a lot for a lot of people back then. So, and wasn't Orlando his nephew, so-called nephew?
Right.
So back then things were different as well. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with this case? He may get convicted because of his own statements and how he implicated himself. And the Las Vegas District Attorney's Office may have a strong case that they're going to pursue against him and play these videos or whatever. But I really believe he might have thought that he had immunity where he said, but from what I heard, he's kind of sick too.
Right.
People say he might be sick too.
But how can this guy who's dealt, you know, in selling drugs and whatnot, he can't even afford his own bail. Like, he can't even afford.
Yeah, but you got to understand something. He's an OG. He's an old school gangster. He don't have money like that no more. He has to probably reach out to people to help him out. He's probably well respected, but he probably doesn't have that kind of money like he used to.
Well, I don't know.
And his power is probably diminished somewhat from the younger guys that are coming up now.
Yeah. Do cops respect rats?
Do cops respect rats? Rats.
Do cops respect rats? Like a rat like Keefe?
You know what? I don't know if it's about respect. I think it's more or less that they got you cornered where you have to talk, where you have to say what you have to say. And the respect comes from, okay, well, he did the right thing. He gave it up after all this time saying he wasn't involved or he didn't do that or whatever. I don't know if they respect rats, but I think they respect the fact that he probably came forward and did what he had to do.
Right. His trial is set as of now for November. It got pushed back from June to November.
It's because it's going to take a lot of time. You don't.
Right.
His attorney is going to have to go through tons of paperwork. That proffer agreement, the reading, talking to witnesses, talking to people. They're going to try to unearth whatever they can to find out to acquit him and say maybe what he was saying is that he lost his mind. And maybe the stuff he said wasn't true. But fortunately, it is somewhat true because, again, he was one of the guys in the car. And that I know for sure. All the other individuals, the other 3 individuals are all dead. Mm-hmm. They're dead. They got killed by other means.
Right. Do you see him actually going to trial or taking a plea?
I don't know. You know what? It's too soon to tell.
Right.
I think after the summer's over, you'll know better. Like in September, what's going to happen to him. Right. It all depends how his attorney feels that the case is going. He may say, look, man, this case is kind of bad. You may have to take a plea.
Right.
You know, and then he might say, I don't want to die in jail, or if he's sick, or I don't know. This is what I'm hearing. Right. He might want to, and then maybe he has no choice. Maybe he does have to. Maybe he'll gamble and go to trial.
Right.